Have you ever wondered how a golfer who is viewed as one of the best players ends up being named as one of the biggest cheaters in golf history? In today's video, we'll talk about the top 5 golf cheats in pro golf. So, without any further ado, let's get started. Patrick Reed in 2018 and 2021. Patrick Reed is undoubtedly the most notable of all those convicted of cheating in the men's pro game. The 2018 Masters champion has been accused of being dishonest on the golf course several times. These charges, either they include shifting his ball to gain a better lie or wrongly replacing his ball marker, have followed Reed since his time at the University of Georgia, where he was officially dismissed from the college golf team due to repeated cheating presumptions. He was fined 2 shots following his win at the Masters in 2018 for removing quicksand somewhere from his ball while competing at the Hero World Challenge in the Bahamas, in an attempt to manufacture a more advantageous lie. Soon after this, when Reed got much of the attention through these cheating accusations, he was in sight again in 2021. Reed put his ball into the rough on the 10th hole during the 3rd stage of the Farmers Insurance Open, while being ahead by 4 strokes. Reed, a LIV golf fugitive, was allowed to break during the 3rd round after saying he could recognize his ball that had gotten trapped in one of the palm trees dotting the fairway. He then picked up his ball, alleging it had not bounced and it was embedded in the ground, despite video evidence plainly showing it bouncing. It was one event too many, and a number of Reed's tour mates called him out clearly for his newest violation. This is not Reed's first time to be accused of cheating. He sparked outrage in the golf community when he was caught employing practice swings to change the line of the ball in a bunker at the 2019 Hero World Challenge. Cameron Smith, an Australian golfer, condemned him of cheating and presented a lame justification that cameras had misinterpreted his conduct. Reed received a 2-stroke punishment for his actions. So, does Reed rank first among golf's biggest cheaters? Shinnecock Hills 2018. During the US Open Championship at Shinnecock Hills in upstate New York in the summer of 2018, one of the weirdest incidents in contemporary golfing history occurred. Phil Mickelson placed the ball towards the hole on the 13th green on day 3 of the championship. Yet, seeing that his ball would not only miss, but would continue to roll, providing him with a much longer approach shot than before, Mickelson ran after it and knocked it back from across the green before the ball had already halted from the previous putt. One of professional golf's most prominent figures, a 5-time major game champion, was definitely breaking the rules. These rules indicate that a player's ball must reach a full pause and resting posture before you can strike it again. But Mickelson had definitely not done so. Mickelson was forced to accept a 2-stroke penalty for his violation of the rule. While some felt he was entitled to be removed from the tournament due to his obvious violation of the rules, but for the same scenario, Mickelson was supported by others in the field, pointing out that the course layout at Shinnecock Hills made it too difficult to play. In a time frame of nearly 10 years, Mickelson has had further glory on the course, winning 2 more majors, bringing his total to 5. Winning 3 of the 4 major championships, including 1 many times, validates a stellar career. Yet, Mickelson is not satisfied, his anger stemming from the fact that he has not finished the set. The US Open has proved elusive, with the 48-year-old runner-up results adding insult to injury. Dustin Johnson in 2016. Who can miss the case of Dustin Johnson, who was dismissed for a shot where he moved the ball slightly when he grounded the club on his route to winning the US Open Championship in 2016. This event would not have helped Johnson in any meaningful way, but he was fined for a shot as a result for it. Even though Dustin Johnson triumphed in the 2016 US Open, he had to cope with a questionable violation during the final round on Sunday. According to sources, Johnson was told rules officials would investigate his predicament on the 5th hole further following the round, despite the fact that no violation was called at the time. According to Rex Hogard of Golf Channel, Johnson told a reporter that the USGA will investigate his shot on number 5 since his ball appeared to roll before he put it back. Golf Digest's Brian Wacker observed that it sounded a lot like he's about to get hit with a shot. Johnson was notified of the possible penalty while on the 12th tee, despite the fact that the referee first ruled that he had not played the ball. According to Myers, the USGA's Jeff Hall stated that Johnson had to see the movie after a Sunday round before a judgment could be made. Johnson was eventually fined and completed the competition at 4 below par. Thankfully for Johnson, Jim Furyk, Scott Piercy, and Shane Lowry were all in second place at 1 under par. so the penalty had no bearing on the tournament's winner. As an outcome, while Michael may have been at fault, Johnson's cheating, if it could be called that, almost cost him the US Open Championship. It wasn't the very first occasion when Johnson found himself in the midst of a huge rule controversy. At the 2010 PGA Championship, he dropped a shootout against Martin Kaymer and Bubba Watson when he left his club in what was considered to be a hazard before his second attempt on the final hole. The outcome was indeed a 2 different loss. Despite the fact that the course, Whistling Straits, included some waste areas, along with more than 1,000 traps where players could normally ground their clubs, according to Herrig. The PGA Championship rules, however, stated that all sand places, especially waste zones, would be declared dangers, which cost Johnson. Vijay Singh and Indonesian Open. Sometimes, it also happens when you can spot someone clearly while they are cheating. There really are certainly instances where people are clearly cheating. Vijay Singh, the 3-time major champion, is a strong example in point. Singh's career highlights include winning the Masters in 2000 and 2 US PGA Championships in 1998 and 2004. But when he arrived at the Indonesian Open in 1985, he was a fairly unknown 22-year-old representing Fiji. Singh was suffering on the predecessor of the Asian Tour at the time, so a strong finish in Jakarta was essential. This answers why, near the finish of the middle round of the Indonesian Open, Singh dropped one of his putts. His score sheet was 1 stroke lower than what his ought to have been when he turned it in at the close of his round. Singh has always contended that this was an error, although the altercation to his scorecard would have enhanced his potential to make the cut. Singh's act, either deliberate or not, was discovered and he was expelled from the Indonesian Open in what has become one of the largest alleged debacles in golf history. Arnold Palmer's first Masters Championship. This is a very different situation than earlier golf cheat rankings. Palmer may have profited from the period he lived in, but this regulation change would almost surely not suit him now. In his 2008 essay, ESPN.com's Bob Herrig contributed to the revival of this issue, which remains fascinating even though it occurred over 54 years ago. Palmer was teamed with Ken Venturi in the last phase of the 1958 Masters tournament, the King's first major victory. Palmer's tee shot on the par 3 12th course went into the back of the green in the glare of Almond Corner. Palmer decided he was deserving of a relief after checking with his playing partner. Arthur Lacey, a rules officer, had other ideas and requested that Palmer use the ball as it stood. Palmer swiped at the trapped ball, which barely moved. On the next hole, he made a double shot, and after that, something odd happened. Palmer demanded a second ball after being unhappy with the ruling. He went back and forth for a shot after taking a fall beyond where his original tee shot plugged. Officials reviewed the call on the 15th hole and ruled in Palmer's favor. That par, along with an ace at number 13, provided Palmer with enough momentum to win by 1 shot. So, these were some of the cheats in professional golf. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments. If you liked today's video, then make sure to leave us a thumbs up, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell icon to be always updated with the most exciting content as soon as it's uploaded. Thanks for watching. See you again soon in another video.